Right now, I hold up a school in Jamaica. And where it the right from, I push with nose in people who are at tech side and all of that, you know. And I can tell you this, if one school get, no problem just begun.
Good morning, parents. The school has received it, so we're asking you please to come for your children.
Schools in Jamaica on Friday have evacuated students and staff amid threats at these educational institutions. It is the second day of reports of threats and emergency protocols having to be activated in the Caribbean country. Has confirmed a list of at least 8 schools that have so far been evacuated. Threats started on Thursday, with emergency personnel being kept busy as they sought to assess whether the threat was real. The police on Thursday said they believe the threat at the schools is a hoax.
Teachers that, I know at this point you are also mourning and you are trying to come to terms with what has happened. And you need to be able to lead the process of coming to grips, coming to terms, because you have the children in your hands. And a part of that is to be assured that the leadership of the country understands what is happening. We have a plan in place. It might take some time, so you understand the gap between saying what the plan is and actually getting the plan executed. That gap in time could lead to a lot of frustration, disenchantment, but once you are engaged, then you know how to posture and how to support the children. So by my saying directly what it is the government plans to do, you don't have to wait on the government to institute a policy of non-violence in schools. The principal could take it upon himself to say, look, certain behaviors will not be tolerated on the part of teachers, on the part of parents, on the part of students. Bring the school community together and say, this is a violence-free.
This seems to be the response, an immediate response to the flare-up in St. James, and then it quiet down, and then my friends in Salt Spring and Salem and Flankers and Gully again as soon as the state of emergency is done. PM, is this just a knee-jerk reaction to the death of the 3 people, including 2 young boys, and this is supposed to say to the nation we are doing something?
Thank you for the question, Arthur. And I quite like the characterization that you have set up for me. The government must respond. And the fact that these things keep recurring is more so a testament to the nature of the beast that we tackle. Consideration and review of the current crime situation in St. James. His Excellency, the Governor General, has declared a state of public emergency in the entire parish of St. James. I advised the Governor General to make the declaration on the recommendation of the Chief of Defense Staff and the Commissioner of Police. It is the assessment of the security forces that the situation in St. James merits this response and the use of emergency, emergency powers. I'm sure that that is not in debate. Yesterday, the Parliament rose in unison to condemn the barbaric murder of innocent lives, young children who had their entire future ahead of them. And for all parents, it must be a consideration in your mind that it could have been your children. And so we take this moment as we declare our response to grieve with the families and to encircle them and surround them with our prayers for comfort at this time. But we also give resolute assurance to the people of Jamaica that we will not wilt, we will not resile in the face of terror.
Yes, so this morning we learned that there's a state of emergency declared for the entire parish of St. James. You know, this is a strategy that the government has been relying on for the last 5 years. We don't think it's a valid strategy. That's why we're testing it in court. We understand the need to respond very strongly to what happened in Salt Spring community, and I want to extend condolences to the parents and family of the two young boys who were killed in that awful incident. You know, we heard Leroy Clark yesterday in Parliament call for a Zozo in the community. Now, the zones of special operations are something that we support, you know, in appropriate cases, and we feel that that would be the right mechanism to deploy here. The states of emergency, as you know, we do not think that they can be validly used as a policing tool. And they haven't worked because the crime problem in the country continues. What we need is social interventions to redirect youth at risk away from crime, and we need serious strategies for law enforcement to ensure that hardened criminals, violence producers are effectively addressed and cases are built that can hold them accountable and ultimately put them behind bars for long periods of time. And we're committed to that balanced strategy.